We are revealing social media's most mind-blowing, time-saving dinner hacks we've ever seen.
Like a shortcut to perfect dumplings.
It's the double wrap, the double crunchified wrap.
It's really easy. You're just making a beautiful little package. Look at that.
Oh, they're exquisite.
And Real Housewife Countess LuAnn de Lesseps
This is so much fun.
is serving up her go-to party drink.
Cheers. That's next. Let's dish. The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat, and I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish. Here we go.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, we gotta dodge a cute little prop here.
So many fun things happening today. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
All right, so now, have you ever thought to yourself, there are just not enough hours in the day between work, kids, bills, making sure the house is clean, and everything in between? Oh, you feel like you're drowning. Hello? Help me! Oh my gosh! Get me out of here! Woo! Phew, whew. Now that's much better. All right, so that's why today we've compiled the biggest blow your mind, time-saving dinner hacks from social media to keep you and your family well-fed without the burden. All right, so Daphne, you are the TikTok queen in this kitchen.
Oh, that's for sure.
Literally only in this kitchen
In
because
this
I am like
kitchen.
the oldest person
Very
on
specific
TikTok.
about that. But yes, so tell us, what is your first TikTok tip?
Oh, well, I have to say I do fall in love with some of, especially because you're on there late at night and like for some reason it knows I'm only interested in seeing delicious foods at that time. And I have to tell you, I think it's safe to say that chicken parmesan is a staple in everyone's home because this video from the Shay Spence has people going wild over what he calls his lazy one-pan chicken parm. Can I play this video for you?
Please.
You got your napkins ready for your drool?
So ready.
Okay, here goes.
This is how I make chicken parm when I'm feeling a little lazy and I don't want to do a bunch of dishes afterwards. Now, our story all starts with some chicken cutlets or just thinly pounded chicken breast that we're going to coat in olive oil and season up before sauteing in a pan with some butter. You want just this kind of light golden color. They don't have to be fully cooked through yet. Don't worry about that. Get those guys out of the pan and remove any excess oil if you want before adding in your sauce. Just use in a jar here. Like I said, this is lazy stuff. And this is a very saucy chicken parm, so if you want to serve with some pasta, that would be quite nice. Now, just nestle that chicken back in there, top with some mozzarella parmesan, and we're going to make a little crunchy breadcrumb coating to just put right on top. We're popping these under the broiler to get that crispiness, and the full recipe's on my Instagram. If you have any doubts about this method, I'm just going to let the crunch speak for itself, okay?
All right, yeah, I didn't have my napkin, but I got my jacket.
I know.
And I love how TikTok tells us we've been doing it all wrong, all along. Like all of a sudden now, why do it that way? TikTok is just the new, should have gone to TikTok University, went to school, wrong school. All right, so now I'm ready to get started with what's for dinner tonight, because I'm always hungry. So what is your next time-saving hack? Fill me up.
Okay, so this is another one of those examples of the types of content that I get served because they know what I like to see. This is, I think, the most epic combination of textures and flavors going on in terms of like such an easy and portable little number. It's crispy on the outside, it's chewy on the inside. It's a shortcut to dumplings that I think were responsible for rice paper selling out in stores. You could not get your hands on rice paper. Look at what they're doing for these crispy little packets. I was dreaming about this. I'm so excited about these.
You know you want it.
It's the double wrap, the double crunchified
Yes,
wrap.
of course. The double crunchified wrap. You
Yes.
should trademark that. In fact, it might already be trademarked. I'm not
I think
sure.
Taco Bell
Let's
may
stop
have used
saying it.
that.
But I will tell you that these dumplings usually require so much making, right? You have to figure out dumpling dough or, get the right wrappers. There's so much chopping and squishing, but today, we are all about saving time, and that's what we're gonna show you. So, we're gonna use pre-made rice paper. We're gonna pre-cut our veggies. You can make these dumplings really big. They're like super hearty and filling. We're gonna actually add some chicken for some more protein.
so it's like a
and
meal.
I think you're gonna like them.
Okay.
I
Exactly.
can't wait.
We're making
Okay.
it's sort of an oversized, exactly,
Yum.
giant dumpling with so much surface area
Love.
that you will be so crunchily satisfied.
Show us how it's done.
Okay.
2, please. Let's go.
So here's what we're gonna do. We start with some ground chicken that I already have browning in a skillet here, and it's starting to get nice and golden, you'll see. Have it on sort of a medium-high heat. And I'm just gonna add in my pre-cut things. So I have some shiitake mushrooms. You can use really any mushroom that you like here. You're gonna give that a spin. And then I'm gonna add some coleslaw, some shredded cabbages and carrots. And this is the pre-bagged,
That you're,
coleslaw
salad
mix,
smart.
cabbage mix, exactly. So we're already saving time on all of that chopping work so that you don't have to spend all your time in the kitchen with the finely chopping and the mandolin or
Do you want
whatever
a little
you're
more oil?
doing.
You feel good in there.
I think I could have a little more oil,
little
please.
oil.
Thank you.
You got it.
And then while I'm starting to saute this so that it gets nice and soft, go ahead and make me a little dip over there, adding all of those things together. So, yep, we're gonna start with
I
some
love a
soy
sauce.
This is the dipping sauce.
All right. And then what, rice wine vinegar?
That's right, rice wine vinegar, a little garlic chili paste, which is my favorite secret ingredient for all dipping sauces, all kind of Asian-inspired dipping sauces,
just
and
sesame
sesame seeds.
Okay, very smart.
And this is it. We're gonna cook this down all together, and then I'm gonna add a little oyster sauce. Now, oyster sauce is a very common sauce. It's a thick, really flavorful and savory sauce used in a lot of Asian cooking. And then finally, some sesame oil. And this is it. I'm gonna let this cool in the pan, set to the side. You wanna cool it all the way down so that you can then put it into your rice paper without mushing them all up.
Wait
So
for this.
it's gonna be delicious. When we come back, we're showing you the secret to getting that incredible crunch on these gorgeous dumplings. Stay with us.
Yeah, I know exactly. I'm like,
Yeah, get it. Get it while it's hot.
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
Welcome back to The Good Dish, where we are revealing social media's most mind-blowing, time-saving dinner hacks we've ever seen. Before the break, we started these crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside, shortcut to dumplings that I personally cannot get enough of. I've already tasted the finished one. They're so good. They're even better. Okay, and now that our mixture that Gail labored over, it's so delicious, is finally cool, it is time to form these dumplings. Jamaica, instead of the labor-intensive dough that can sometimes go into beautiful dumpling formation, we're actually using these rice paper wraps. And for people who don't know what rice paper is, what is it? Where do we find it?
All right, a little bit of show and tell today. So now people may recognize if you've ever had something called a summer roll, you've seen that on the menu. This is what they used to make it. This is uncooked rice paper, okay? Or a spring roll, those are deep fried. Now, the look and you see how thin they are, and they're totally, totally translucent, right? So they're made from rice, water, and salt. And because they're so thin, the crunch you get from deep frying these, oh, it's incredible. Okay, now I've made myself hungry all over again. Gail, what is next?
Yes, let's get to the eating part, the good part. This is where the fun begins because rolling dumplings, making dumplings, forming dumplings is such a fun activity. Do it with your friends, do it with your kids. It's really easy, so everyone can join in. You take one of these rice papers, and first, actually, what you're gonna do is two things. You're going to put a little water, gotta get your hands a little dirty here, a little bit of water on your cutting board, just so that it doesn't stick. You don't want the paper to stick to the cutting board. I've also brushed a platter with a little neutral oil, and that's the platter I'm gonna put my finished dumplings on after I've formed them, but before I've cooked them also so that nothing sticks.
Okay.
Now, rice paper. Into a shallow bowl of water, you're going to dip it, let it hang out for just a second, and take it out. Don't worry if it still has some stiffness. I promise you that it's going to soften, okay? Put it on that slightly damp board. And then you're gonna take just a little bit of your filling. You want about 2 tablespoons. Again, which is always key, resist the very strong temptation to overfill your dumpling because you don't want it to burst. You wanna make sure that you'll be able to fold it properly, okay?
Watching
So
you
I
like
have
a
some in the center, yes, good. And then you're gonna do a really simple fold. So I'm just folding it into a rectangle here. I'm gonna put one side up. I'm gonna fold the other side over it. And you're just making a beautiful little package. And you see how it folds really easily. It's very malleable now that it's softened. It used to be very stiff, right? And it would have broken, but now because it's wet, you can just form it like this. Isn't that beautiful? And then you're just going to take that finished product, put it right on your pre-oiled platter, and you're gonna brush the top with a little oil too, so that when you pan fry, there you go, gorgeous. It won't
simple
stick.
enough.
So that's your packages. Now I have some already in my pan. I put some neutral oil in the pan, just a dab, and then I'm going to pan fry them. Pack side up or down, doesn't really matter, but if you do it down first, you'll make sure to seal. And then you can just flip them once they get nice and crunchy. Now you wanna make sure, look at that. You can see how crunchy and crisp it is. You don't wanna do it on such high heat that you burn it, but definitely like a medium-high heat. And once they're crunchy and crisp and cooked on both sides, you can get to the best part of all, which is digging in.
Is it time?
I think so,
time?
yes.
It's already been time.
I've been
Go,
sitting
go
on my
there.
hands over here, waiting to be
Don't
released.
forget the sauce. I
Oh,
worked
yeah.
so hard on stirring that sauce.
Yes, you did.
All right. Now, okay, those are out. Oh, they're exquisite.
Your sauce? Really spectacular.
Salty, tangy, spicy.
Wow,
All right,
Gail,
so
oh my
this
goodness.
was so easy and simple. Okay, but all right, so now what do we do with all this extra time we save with these shortcuts? What are we supposed to do now? Oh, well then somebody's
With
here.
food in my mouth, who's coming over?
Who did we invite?
Oh my, hello.
Okay. Oh my God.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
How was it our mouths full?
Oh wait.
Well, you know, that's what it's all about.
I got to clean up. Oh my
I
God.
love to eat. Hi.
Hello, welcome, welcome. Nice
Hi.
to see you.
Nice to see you. I'm a big fan of your dad. I love him.
Thank you,
We made
thank
extra
you.
so many
We're
times.
all big
There are
fans.
Great to be
dumplings.
here.
Please come and have one right over
Dumplings.
here.
Oh my
We
gosh.
made extra.
Come on this
Wow,
side.
they look
Guys,
delicious.
it's Real
Should I come
Housewives
down
of
this
New York
way?
and cabaret star
Hi.
Countess LuAnn de
Hi.
Lesseps showing up.
So great to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you. So do you. I kind of match you girls, right?
I know, you really got the vibe, I feel.
I
I'm the
like
outlier
that.
today.
So what is this?
We're
What
like
did you
a
guys
beautiful
make?
spring
What is
mix
this?
here.
Please taste.
These are the viral sensation going around TikTok right now, crunchy rice paper wrapped dumplings. We did it with like a little chicken veggie combo on the inside. We all took a really
yum.
big bite right when you were walking
I
on.
was like,
Exactly.
oh my
We're like, the Countess is coming.
Oh
to
my
the dumpling."
God. I'm definitely going to taste that, but I'm going to have it maybe in a little bit.
Very
Yeah,
ladylike
sure.
of you. Yes.
I can take it
them
later.
warm for you.
I could take
Oh
something
yes,
out.
we have
course.
many
Awesome.
bags to wrap up and
Oh,
take home.
we love a good takeaway
Awesome,
here.
awesome.
I got to ask you because you among your many famous sayings, one of them was, "Be cool, don't be all like go."
Uncool.
Well, you do it justice. Go
Be
do it.
cool. Don't be like all uncool.
Exactly.
I love how you guys are hanging on to that line. That really,
It's
so
just
profound.
that.
did I know how much impact that would have?
Well, you've got so much more to offer. We are going to set the tone. We're going to get the music, get the drinks. LuAnn
Right.
is sticking around and
Yes.
showing us how to make her show-stopping eggs a la française. Oh yes, I love the way I say that. And
Yes.
I practiced for you.
Perfect.
And they're actually these eggs stopped a Housewives smackdown. Y'all
Yes.
got to get this recipe. Yes.
Overall.
It's bringing peace to the
If
Middle
ever-
East.
yeah,
Yes, it
if
is.
ever you need a peacekeeping
We
dish.
will be right back. Yes.
Let's get you a hot dumpling.
Yes.
A hot one.
We need music.
We are back with a Real Housewives of New York OG and everyone's favorite cabaret star, the one and only Countess LuAnn de Lesseps. Welcome to the kitchen, hanging out with us with a good dish.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We love it. And we're actually going to show us a famous recipe today, which I'm very excited about. But you've been a part of the show since its debut in 2008. you were also recently voted the #1 housewife across the entire franchise, which I have to say must make you feel good. There must be a little lift in your step.
Made me feel good because there's like 48 now.
Yeah, that's
a lot of women.
And when we started, it was like 6.
Totally.
So and besides OC was actually the first franchise, and then New York came.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of housewives. So yes, thank you, TV Guide.
Exciting.
So that's very nice.
What do you think is the secret to the longevity of this franchise, and New York in specific? Because obviously they're all different and dynamic in different ways, but the Housewives have millions of fans. You've been on the air for 14 years.
Yeah.
That's unheard of in television today.
Well, I think the longevity is that, you follow these relationships, and, this is not scripted. These are real people's lives. So, it's not made up. This is what real people go through. I've been divorced on the show. I've sang on the show with Natalie Cole, which was unbelievable.
Wow.
I took a tumble in the bushes after a fueled night of tequila. And then, I got caught drinking and got into trouble, and
real
people
life.
can relate to that.
You guys really
I'm
really
not
live it.
perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
really
a
own
human.
it.
I'm not perfect. I make mistakes like everybody, and that's what I think people relate to is that, wow, I did that, or I went to that restaurant, or I ate that crazy dinner one night, or you know what I mean? Or I tumbled into the bush in Mexico.
We've all tumbled into bushes in Mexico.
I think everybody.
If you didn't tumble into a bush in Mexico, you did Mexico wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
We've seen it all.
How about
from
the
you.
food fights? Can we talk about the
yes.
food
Oh
fights?
my
Yes.
God,
You
food
guys
fights are
go-
epic.
You go to restaurants, and I'm like, you will start arguing and things start breaking out. And I often wonder, the people sitting in the restaurant, they're trying to look like nothing's happening.
I
It's
know.
normal. Like, how does this truly unfold?
I think I've crawled under a table at least once.
That's
I mean,
fantastic.
we've been to, for example, I had a dinner party at Petrosian in New York, and there was caviar everywhere. It was fabulous. And at one point, I think Bethany said, "If you don't be quiet, I'm going to put these chopsticks right through your eyes." And I'm like, oh,
Wow.
here we go. But for Halloween, we had a party once where there was an alligator on the table. I mean, a cooked alligator. There was, octopuses coming out, and I mean, crustaceans. It was unbelievable. So we've had some pretty crazy meals, and of course, epic fights at these crazy meals. And it's just part of it. And people are like looking at us like, I mean,
Right.
Let me get in this scene.
Well,
curious.
the good thing is nothing crazy is going to happen here today because you get to
Well, I don't know.
Well,
We can't
I don't
make any
know.
promises.
Daphne gets a little feisty every now and again. We gotta
Only
keep an
over
eye on her.
eggs Francais.
Are you hiding another housewife somewhere? Or? Okay.
No more surprises.
It's all you.
It's
So
all
show
me.
us how to make these
Okay,
gorgeous
so
eggs.
here is the epic eggs a la française that we were actually in the Turks and Caicos, and Bethany and Sonia were having a fight, and I was in the kitchen cooking, and I think Ramona came in and said, "Oh my God, there's an epic fight going on out there." And I was like, "Well, I'm making eggs, and let me take some eggs to the girls." And I was making my famous eggs a la française. So you just want to take how many eggs for, how many people you are. I usually count 2 per person, and you want to whip them up really good with a whisk and get them really frothy. And then you want to add just a splash of water.
And why water here?
Water
instead of
actually makes them more frothy than milk. Makes them more
they're
makes them more
lighter.
airy and lighter, and it keeps them wetter. And the key to a good eggs a la française, and then you want to add a little salt and pepper.
Yes,
So I'm going to put a
always,
little pepper in here.
always.
Always. Pepper is so good for you. And some salt, and then you could always add more salt later, right? And then we want to start with a big chunk of butter. Oh, let's just do the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was really wondering.
I love the
why?
whole thing.
Why not go for
everything
it?
is better with butter.
A tablespoon of
Agreed.
butter
So,
per egg.
and you want to
Looks like.
you want to cook it on very low heat. Can we get this a little bit
Yes.
low? Here we go.
Can you see that?
You want to cook it on very low heat. You want to melt your butter, right? And then you want
wow.
to add the eggs. There you go. Oh, you're good at this.
I whisked
She's
from
good
way
at
back.
whisking.
Yes,
She's
yes.
so good at whisking.
One of her many
Definitely.
talents.
So then you
Putting that
just
on.
want to add the eggs, and the key to this is keeping it on a very low heat, and you want to just constantly stir it so the eggs are cooking very slowly.
So I love that you're doing it slowly. I love that you're moving them around all the time. My
Yes.
question is, why the saucepan instead of a regular saute or frying?
Well, because the heat is spread across a frying pan, and so they're going to cook too quickly, and they're going to get hard. This, in a saucepan, you can stir it. It's contained in a smaller area, so it's more of a like a marinara
it holds
or
the
a
heat
mashed
in.
potato, so it holds the heat, right? So
That's beautiful.
It keeps them whipped instead of fried.
And like,
And
here's
so
another-
think about it: frying pan, fries things,
Yes, you
right?
wanna be gentle,
You want to be
gentle,
gentle
gentle.
and whip them so that they end up looking like
Right, so you
those
have some
eggs over
finished
there.
ones right here.
Right, perfect.
And I have to tell you, this
Perfect,
is,
right?
to me, the most
so good.
beautiful thing in the world,
It's so
LuAnn.
good. And then what you can do is to make it look gorgeous, you can add a little garnish. You know, I usually put a little basil on the plate or whatever. Or as you can see over here, we've got toppings.
All right, let's move down.
You know what's
Oh,
so
yes.
good on these is
You want the hot ones?
I'll take the hot ones.
Ooh, a little
We've got
parm.
Parmesan. You could put pesto. Is that truffle oil?
Yes, I think it is. Smell that.
Truffle oil is like the
Go for it, go
best.
for it. It is like a custard more than a scrambled
Exactly.
egg. Wow.
It's like a good whipped potato. You know, when you really have a really delicious. I love a good whipped
so
potato.
right.
Ooh,
That is,
the truffle oil smells really good.
Okay.
Did you have it with the truffle oil?
Oh, I have mine. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
This is heavenly to me.
Isn't it good?
Yes,
I gave
you know
Jamaica
the
a
way
truffle
mine are.
bath,
Yes.
actually. I leveled
Mine
up
is
on
just some swimming
So,
in it, but it's
so
beautiful.
voila, as we'd say in French, eggs à la française.
All right, you
Flavors.
heard it here. All right, so now up next, LuAnn is not only serving up what she says will be the hottest frozen drink of the year, she's also spilling the secrets from the ultimate girls trip with the other housewife OGs. Stay with us. Now that's my show.
It's been good. It's like so fun, it's worth it, but it's too much. We are back with Countess LuAnn de Lesseps from the Real Housewives of New York, and we are about to drink her brand new non-alcoholic sparkling wine called Fosé Rosé. I love this. Very, very clever with your play on words there. Although at first we were like, Fossey, it's Fossey.
Well, that's why I put rosé underneath.
It's very smart. Fosé, rosé, don't mess
Exactly.
it up. So I do want to ask because Fosé obviously is a non-alcoholic wine, and part of what feels like fuels some of the drama and the wildness of the franchise has been the fact that people are, it's a very social set. You're having fun, you're out on the town, you're doing all this, but when you're out now, you're trying to do it sober, you're trying to do it, with mindfulness and with control in your life. And I'm so curious what that's been like for you with the group of friends and with the social element of your job.
It's
how that's been.
it's not easy. Not drinking is has been a struggle for me in the past. And although I did the last seasons of The Housewife, the very last one, I wasn't drinking, but I do struggle with alcohol, and I'll be completely honest about that. It's day by day for me. It's progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
And so that's why I created the Fosé.
Well, that's
So
another reason why we
beautiful.
love you. You're so transparent.
Oh,
you
thank
keep
you.
it real, and you're raving about this. So now we got to serve it up.
Yes, we're gonna
Because the
serve it up.
weather is getting warm
We're-
outside.
and those look beautiful, but we're going to
Yes.
show you how to make those gorgeous drinks, right? So
And you're doing it frozen. So yes, this is even
we're
better.
doing frozen. So you take fruit, which
Strawberries,
is awesome.
raspberries.
Strawberries, raspberry, a little. Is this lime?
Lime juice.
Lime, right? Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to be correct for everybody. Lime juice, and this is
Lime zest.
lime zest. Yes, and then you're just going to add your Fosé ice cubes, and then it's going to turn into Frosé.
I also love that you're
just look
using
at that,
them
I'm
as
pretty
ice
good, right?
cubes as opposed to putting it in and adding ice cubes. Because
Exactly.
then it just waters it all
It
down.
waters it all down. So this is a very good,
smart.
very smart way to
Here
do
we
it.
go, ladies.
Here we go. Let's
Give
turn
her
it
a
on.
whirl.
All right.
Oh yeah. That's what you're talking about. You're in the
Right.
pool.
Awesome.
You're ready for your drink. Look at that.
Exactly.
Look how rich this texture is.
Right?
It's unbelievable.
Gorgeous. You're gonna pour
Watch
that
that.
in
Pour.
there?
Oh, well, no, you pour. This
You
is
want
your
me to
beautiful
pour it?
Fosé.
Okay.
Look at that.
All
There you
right.
go.
Do it. Do
Look
it.
at that. Oh,
Careful,
Need a
careful.
spoon?
Careful. No, oh, you got it.
It's working. It's working.
Gorgeous.
Look at that.
There you go.
All right. I think
Land
I
knows your
got
way
it.
around a smoothie.
Can,
yeah.
I garnish for you?
Yes.
I love this. A little mint.
This is very refreshing.
Yeah, a little
LuAnn.
mint, or you could put a little
even,
rosemary.
we like to do that.
You could put a little sprig of rosemary in it too,
Oh,
because
that would
there
be
is
nice. Yeah,
actually
there's a little
rosemary
rosemary. That's
Okay, this
in the
is
ingredients.
delicious.
It's really yummy.
I love how you're
isn't
drinking
it?
right out the blender.
Yeah, who needs a glass?
I know
We're
that's
gonna have a cup.
She's the bartender.
I love
Here
it.
you go, in case you want.
In case
One as well.
she's good with that.
Cheers.
Such a
Cheers.
classy lady, Daphne. We appreciate
Cheers.
you so much.
You know, LuAnn's making us all feel very comfortable being ourselves.
Oh,
Feel very comfortable living in our skin.
Oh my God, I'm very comfortable with you ladies. This is so much fun.
Thank you,
I could stay here all day with you girls
Cheers.
and drink
To you.
Fosé all day and you don't even get tipsy.
That's right.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly
Taking it one
right.
day at a time
Yeah,
over here too.
one day at a
We all
time.
are.
This
Here we
keeps
go.
the party going safely, and
That's all we got.
we will remember all of this on tomorrow. That's the beautiful thing about Frozen. Thank you, LuAnn. You are such a joy.
Thank you, ladies. This has been fabulous.
Love watching
Love
you
it.
on Ultimate Girls Trip.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I tune in every week. That's my show right there.
Oh,
and I would ask you who's coming back from New York Housewives, who's not coming back, but you're not going to tell me anyway.
I can't tell you that, but I will tell you this.
Not even going to ask.
I will tell you this. I want you girls to come and see my cabaret show when I'm out in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
Right?
I'm here.
I'll
I'm
be-
here. So
I'll
I
be-
want to do it here.
You want to do it here? So, okay. So April 30th, I'm here.
Okay.
In New York City. Then I'm in Toronto. My
hometown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you from Toronto?
I am. Okay.
Awesome. I'll be there on June 3rd and 4th, Montreal and Toronto. And then the end of June, 23rd to the 26th, I'll be in Los Angeles at the El Rey Theater. So I want you guys to come and
The
see
El
me.
Rey.
Say less.
The El Rey.
That's
It's
coming.
epic.
We're coming to that. All right, so this is officially the hottest drink of the season. You can find it at drinkfose.com. And make sure you catch LuAnn in Countess Cabaret on tour now. Coming up, we're saying rabbit food, be gone. Daphne is reviving her simple but delicious secrets to taking salads to new heights. There you go. I feel we got it out.
Salad, baby.
Well, welcome back to The Good Dish. Move over, rabbit food. It's time to raise the salad bar. It's one of the amazing dishes that Daphne is tackling in her new cookbook, Eat Your Heart Out. Now, Daphne, you should say it like that every time you sell it.
going to.
Eat your heart out. Now, you've made some incredible salads on this show, and some of them are recipes that have been in your family for some time. Now, tell us your philosophy on salads, because you really do beautiful salads.
Well, it's funny. I never set out to have a philosophy on salads, but I guess I do. I really do, which is that they should be wonderful. They should be. I'll tell you it this way. I grew up in a really big family. We ate tons of family dinners together. I heard as I got older from people who, like, their parents fought with them to eat salad. At our house, it was always a fight to see who got the last bite. Like, salads were an absolute celebration before that, you know, whet the palate for the start of every savory meal. And so, yeah, this book is filled with delicious, simple salad dressings to keep on hand in the fridge so you can make easy and flavorful meals happen really quickly. I'm gonna show you one of my personal favorites today. This is a manchego, apple, and watercress salad. And
Yum.
it's divine. It's really good. Yes, as you said, I am gonna just take your voice on recording, eat your heart out every single time I say the title, because everything in this book is good for you, so you can genuinely eat your heart out, have fun, relax, enjoy. This is the whole point. The first thing, while Jamaica's gonna shave up some gorgeous manchego cheese, which is a sheep's milk cheese, and it's a beautiful, creamy, really nicely salty cheese that I love on anything, but in salads it goes great. And Gail is going to expertly and extremely carefully shave some fennel on a mandolin. My most terrifying kitchen utensil ever.
You got this, Gail. You got it.
I'm up for it. I'm gonna do my best for you, Lieutenant.
Thank you. And by the way, I should mention, if you don't have manchego or you don't want to use it, leave it out. You can add goat cheese instead. Parmesan, if you're not worried about, trying to move away from cow dairy, et cetera, is a great substitution in here. But this is the way that I do it in Eat Your Heart Out. So I have here a big old bowl, like an enormous bowl. You don't need to make it this big. A pasture of watercress, But this is sort of my signature move, which is, to make it look even more exciting and abundant. And I'm gonna show you, watercress is a great, really light and delicate green, nice peppery taste. Arugula is a great stand-in here if you don't have watercress. I'm gonna show you a quick vinaigrette. It's a shallot vinaigrette that I actually started making when I was in college. And it's one of those things that has stuck with me because you'll see it's so flavorful. It's just 5 simple ingredients. I have shallots and Dijon mustard in here. I add in, you can use lemon juice if you want. I add in some white wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar, and then using a whisk, which I actually do have, because guess what, guys? We're on a cooking show. Yeah, I have a whisk.
Right, whatever you need.
Yep, whatever I need, exactly right. And actually, a really nice tip: if you have a damp paper towel, if you have a damp cloth, which I I do. In fact, I do have a damp cloth. You can put your bowl on it and it acts like another set of hands so your bowl doesn't go dancing away. Just hot tips flowing your way on the Good Dish every single day. Whisking in this olive oil. Grapeseed oil is really nice too. It has a little less of a flavor punch to it, but it's a nice neutral oil. Little pinch of salt. And you can see how quickly that shallot and the olive oil emulsify with the mustard. Give it a quick taste. Now, another little trick. This was actually, I think, a Michael Simon trick when I first heard about it, was to drizzle your dressing around the side of your bowl so you don't risk oversaturating the leaves of your delicate, tender watercress. Scattered this. Did you do this?
I did.
You crushed it. Oh my God.
I mean, I'm going to say something about a fennel because fennels are is one of my favorite vegetables. It is the most dense vegetable. You can get 17 servings out of a tiny piece of kale. So it goes a long way. It's like cabbage.
Beautiful. and I'm adding some shaved, a sweet, lovely apple over top here. I love a Honeycrisp here. Granny Smith is beautiful. Jamaica, also look at your magical manchego.
I snacked a little though, but it's enough for
Isn't it yummy?
It's such a good cheese. I love snacking on it.
And it's nice and creamy. You don't have to go overboard. You know, I'm obviously making a pretty serving for us here, but just a little bit goes a long way also. And again, it's about making sure that you have that satisfaction, that moment of pleasure sitting down to a wonderful meal. No part of you would ever sit down and say, I'm having a light lunch today, you know? I mean, can I toss it? We already have some lovely...
Toss it though,
Yes.
You know,
I think you made it.
This
Yeah.
is the
I have
best
some
part.
prawns I'm going to add
Go
to
for
some
it.
of those.
Oh, thank you.
fennel
Beautiful.
fronds.
So herby. I love this. And when you gather your table, your family around the table to enjoy, or your friends or your loved ones, or just yourself in a slightly smaller bowl, you are going to tuck in to pure heaven. Wait and tell me you don't feel like you're eating a fancy hotel salad when you tuck into that. Can I grab this plate from you?
Go right ahead.
Thank
First
you.
of all, it comes presented like a fancy hotel. This is a mound of
I
salad.
know, this is an enormous amount of salad.
But it's a good salad, which is why I can eat all of this and not feel like, I had to eat salad. Like, I can definitely keep going in. And that dressing,
Isn't that yummy?
shallot vinaigrette, is where it's at today. It's really, really nice.
Also, I find the temperature of salads really important. Cold and crisp.
Yes.
The watercress is so bright and peppery. And then the sweetness from the apple and the cheese. It's just solid. It's just like beautiful, simple, delicious.
So glad. And a little tender bite from the fennel. So you don't feel like you still feel like you're chewing. You're getting your money's worth. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking this big bite, so don't ask me to say anything beyond this point.
All right, you're done for. Next cookbook is Salad Queen. That's what we're gonna call you because this is beautiful. Take it. All right, coming up, when Daphne posted a video about this next salad, hundreds of thousands of you became obsessed. It's a faux tuna salad that uses chickpeas and packs a flavor punch. Salad Queen.
Let's make it.
Is that not taken? If it is, take it. It's yours. It's yours. Welcome back to The Good Dish. You're in the right place because Daphne is showing us how to raise the salad bar in the kitchen. She's sharing some of her delicious recipes from her latest cookbook, Eat Your Heart Out. Now, Daphne, you have a take on tuna salad, but instead of tuna, you are using chickpeas.
Correct. It's happening. Are you skeptical?
I am, but
That's
I'm going to
skeptical.
Yes.
In case you haven't noticed.
But I trust you, so I'm going to follow this road with you. It better be good. That's all.
Okay, come with me on a magical journey. Take a look at how I make it.
First things first, we're gonna drain off some chickpeas. These are cooked in the can. You could definitely make them fresh, as in take the dry and either boil them or do a pressure cook on them, which does give you like an even more tender, beautiful texture on your chickpeas, but this keeps it super easy. You'll see it's like a 15-minute meal. Give it a quick rinse just till the water runs clear. Let's get some celery going. I am a big fan of a little extra crunch in this salad. So I'm gonna go for 3 stalks. Give your celery a quick rinse. And you do want to dry so that your knife doesn't slip and also so that you don't risk diminishing the flavor. I'm gonna put a quick little mince on our celery. Just slice them in half. You can get rid of any top sort of dried out elements and likewise on the bottom. And then I find it's easiest for the size of the chop that I want. I'm just gonna cut the bottom into 4, just a quick chop across. Here is the magic, guys. You take these fiber-packed, healthy carbs, filling, and delicious legume. And obviously, as perfectly intact spheres that they are, they're a little bit more sturdy, a little bit more resistant to absorbing the delicious flavor of the dressing we're gonna put together. So how do you get past that situation? We're gonna gently mash our chickpeas. And you can do this with your fingers, or you can do it with a fork like I'm doing here. And I don't want to paste. I'm not looking to make hummus. I'm just trying to like kind of crush them a little bit and force them to open up and create a wonderful absorbing surface. Okay, now that I have my chickpeas crushed up, I'm gonna add my chopped celery in. Now I'm gonna mince up a shallot. And you can use red onion, a sweet onion would be delicious. I like shallot because it's kind of that mild oniony hit, a little bit sweet. All right, toss it into your mix. I'm just grabbing maybe like a half a cup's worth of olives. And then the way that I like to get the seed out is I just smash with the back of my blade. And what you're left with is this really nice crushed olive. You can use whatever pitted olive you have access to. You don't need to be too precise about it. It's really just to bring a little fat and a little salty flavor into the mix. To continue on with that sort of salty, briny element in this faux tuna salad, capers. I love how salty and bright they end up being, little pops in the flavor. I love fresh dill in this salad. I use probably too much of it. You can dial it down a little bit, roughly tear it in, because dill is so delicate, you really don't need to run your knife through it too much. The last little bit of flavoring that's going in is going to be a lemon. First I'll add the zest, so I get lots of that brightness from the lemon essential oils. And then I also want the juice of this lemon to give me plenty of brightness in with my creamy dressing. I'm using a little bit of an avocado oil-based mayo. You could definitely make your own aioli, and I have a recipe in the book for my caper aioli. That is one of my favorite things to put on sandwiches, to use with burgers of any kind, and definitely as the quick base for a creamy vinaigrette. Delicious. Avocado oil-based mayo. Start with a nice 1/4 cup. And I like a solid teaspoon of Dijon mustard, just to make sure I get plenty of that bite that we love. Pinch of salt, but remember, we are gonna have some salt coming in from the capers and the olives, so you don't need to go wild there. Look how pretty that is already. Bring all those flavors together, those herbs acting like a quick lettuce in the mix. Like I said, I go heavy on the dill. You do not need to go anywhere near that amount. I prefer to use something like a flat leaf parsley or a mint. Definitely a delicious combo in here as well.
You were saying?
Okay, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna taste this.
And you're gonna find no tuna in it, but you're gonna get some of that same mouthfeel and fun of like a tuna salad or chicken salad. So can I, while you take a bite, and tell me genuinely what you think, because the reason that I put this recipe in the cookbook is I was so surprised at people's response to it. It's something that I've loved, I've made for many years, and I put it on my stories as just like a lark of, oh, here's what I'm eating today, and people went crazy over it. I have to tell you, the thing that to me makes it different than other chickpea salads is, number one, you gotta mash the chickpeas. I'm serious. Create that surface area with a gentle mashing with your fork. It just drinks up the dressing so much better. And number two is bringing in some of that salinity that you crave from a tuna salad with the capers, with the olive, the brightness of that lemon zest, the creaminess from that little bit of veggie mayo or aioli, which I love to use with it too. And you guys are eating it as an open-faced sandwich. A piece of gluten-free toast works great. A lettuce cup, you can pile it onto salad. That's easy too. Even just doing it as I do, I just like scoop it up with nice little seeded crackers. So simple. But a little juicy tomato.
All right.
Jamaica, I know you were really on the fence about this. What are your thoughts?
Because I don't like canned tuna. So when you said it, I was like, wait a minute, there's no tuna, you're sure? Doesn't taste like tuna, but it gives you the mindset of tuna salad. But this is nice. Very briny, salty, herby. And it's so big. Look, you can't even see my face anymore. I'm gonna take a bite. It's gone.
I love
good. I'm a believer.
she's a
I'm a believer.
Look at that.
So proud.
Convert.
You have no idea. I live to make you happy about this salad. And honestly, the tuna and chicken salad obviously have their place, but there's something about the meatiness of chickpeas and how much they fill you up and that great fiber and all that lovely protein, and just having an alternate, a veggie alternate, is always lovely.
I think the texture is what makes it too. You're right, the smashing of the chickpeas.
Yeah.
It's so nice when you eat that because it gives you something to chew on. It's rich, the chickpeas are filling and delicious, and I just think that it is really yummy on a sandwich. I want it for lunch every day.
Yay!
Thank you. So much fun. Daphne's latest cookbook, Eat Your Heart Out, or as Jamaica would say, Eat Your Heart Out.
There you go.
Was released just yesterday. Get your copy wherever books are sold. And the good list is coming up next. We'll be right back. Woo! Don't fly in chickpea.
Check it out.
It was a great day today at The Good Dish. We tested out some of the biggest time-saving recipes blowing up the internet, from one-pan chicken parm to rice paper dumplings. I'm so glad I finally got to try them. They were delicious. They did not disappoint. And now we have one more time-saving hack for you, Gail. What's up with this?
Well, this is a great idea. It sort of blew my mind when I learned about it. For shredding chicken, if you don't want to sit with the 2 forks and shred all your chicken, this trick will save you tons of time and energy, and all you need is a hand mixer. Yes, if you have boneless, skinless, cooked chicken that you're gonna shred for a recipe, you don't have to stand over that bowl for a long time. All you do is take your mixer in a deep bowl on low speed.
Let me see this.
Here we go. That's low speed. Woo! And look how quickly it just shreds your chicken.
Oh my, it really worked so well. Wow.
You can just use it with the rotisserie chicken that you've bought at the store. Look at that. Done. Sort of roly-poly all over, but actually shreds really beautifully.
And uniformly, too.
Yes,
Look
it
at these
does.
thin, tender shreds. Wow.
I like it.
I mean, that's impressive. That's like beautiful, thin shreds of chicken.
You never cease to amaze us, Gail. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I do what I can.
Tune in tomorrow for her chicken cake. No, I'm just playing. Now it's time. It's time for the good list. Now that QR code you see just pop up on your screen, you're gonna open up your camera app and hold your phone right up to it. It's the best thing you've ever seen today because it'll take you right to the recipes and more from today's show. And you can also head over to gooddishtv.com to get it all. So we will see you next time for more good food and good dish. Take it away again.
Yeah,
What
blend
I
it.
drove.
Bye.